Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Lee, and we're here with another one of my videos from a chapter in this book, The Joy of Signing. So this channel is dedicated to the members of my church. We're working together, going through the vocabulary in the book, The Joy of Signing. And today we will be going over chapter 3, which deals with time. I want to say up front that this is not an ASL course. If you're interested in learning American Sign Language, you may want to check out the schools in your area. Sometimes community colleges have an ASL program, or a local university would have an American Sign Language course. You can also get involved with the deaf community, and you can search YouTube. There are a lot of courses taught by deaf people that you can take and view to learn American Sign Language. But this channel is just members getting together and reviewing the signs from the book, The Joy of Signing. So today we're looking at chapter 3, which deals with time. Okay? All right. So the first sign, and chapter 3 in the book that I'm using, this is the latest version, 3rd edition. Chapter 3 starts on page 36. Okay? So first word, time. When I'm speaking of time, I point to where my watch would be on my wrist, and I just say time, time. Okay. If I'm talking about time, such as in an era, a time of year, something, when something happened in biblical days, that time, I make a T and I go, this is like a clock, your hand. So I make a T and I go around in a circle. Time, time, okay? Or if I'm speaking of, I want to eat breakfast at 7 a.m., time, and then I would say 7. And then you can just spell out a.m., but you would do this time when you point to your watch. Time, if I'm talking about an era, time. Just go around the clock with your T. Sunrise, sunset. I really like this one. So you have your hand here, and then you make an O shape with your dominant hand. So when the sun rises, you take the sun, the O, and you rise up. When the sun sets, you take your O and you go down. So I can have sun rise or sun set. Okay. Sun set, sun going down, or the sun is rising. All right. Day. Day, I kind of make a D and I point to one elbow, and I take my other hand, dominant hand, and I come down. This is D. So I say day, day. I've also seen people just do it with a flat hand, and they'll make their D and go like this for day, day. So I've seen it with the flat hand, day, and I've seen it where they make a 2 Ds, 1 D, point to the elbow, and your other D come down for day. I've seen it both ways. Now or currently. Now we are in chapter 3. Now we're in chapter 3. Currently, we're looking at chapter 3. Currently. So it's just like a bent. Your fingers are bent. Now, currently. Okay. Today, just like day. Finger, and here I go. Today. 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 Today and day is pretty much done the same way. Every day, you're going to make an A, and right here on your cheek, Okay, you're just going to go every day, every day. So you kind of rub it a couple of times. I do every day. So you're going forward every day with the A shape on your cheek every day. Okay. Morning. So morning here, and you want to come up. This is morning. This is straight across, and you come up like the sun is coming up in the morning. 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 Good morning. Morning. Okay. Now, what about noon? Noon is half of the day. So making sure my page stays here. Noon is just halfway. Noon. Noon. Afternoon, the sun kind of sets, so you just come down a little bit. Afternoon. Afternoon. And then night, you curve your hand and come over. This is night. Night. Okay, so morning, noon, afternoon, night. Night. Okay. If I want to say all night, you have your night and you bring your hand up to your elbow all night. Night, and then just up to the elbow all night. All night. I'm a registered nurse. So when I first got out of nursing school, I used to have to work what we call the graveyard shift. So I would say I worked all night, all night, all night. Okay, night, all night. Okay, early. I was glad when I got on day shift, but I had to wake up middle finger early, early, early. Okay. And my employers did not want me to come to work late, late. They wanted me to be on time, not late, late, late. Okay. Tomorrow, A shape, one time. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow. Now, if this is tomorrow, remember every day we did it what? Twice. Every day. But tomorrow is just one. Tomorrow. It's like you're going into the future. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. The next word is yesterday. So I've seen yesterday done a couple of ways when people are doing American Sign Language. One way is to make a Y, and you put your thumb by your cheek, and you just take your baby finger and point it backwards. Yesterday. So you're thinking about something that happened in the past. Yesterday. Yesterday. Kind of just flip it back. Okay. Then I've also seen people take the A and they just go back. Yesterday. A, back. Okay. Back into the past. Back. Yesterday. Two ways. Y. Yesterday. Yesterday. Or make an A and then just go back. Yesterday. Yesterday. So it's kind of up to you as to which way you want to do yesterday. I kind of bounce between the two. I may go yesterday, and sometime I'm signing a song at church, and I'll do yesterday like this. Both of them are acceptable. Forever or everlasting. Something is forever. So you want to take your index finger, and sometimes we kind of bounce it from the forehead and kind of go around in the circle. And then you want to do this into the future, forever. So for is coming off the forehead. For, circle it around, and then get your index finger and thumb and go out into the future. Forever. Okay. Forever. Just go on out into the future. Everlasting. For, circle, get a Y and go way out into the future. Keep going. Okay, now, still and yet. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I am continuing here. I am still here. So it's kind of like forever. You're still here. You're still coming to church. You're still coming to school. So just go into the future. Still, I'm still here. I'm continuing. Same old, I'm still here. All right, so let's kind of review a little bit before we go any further. If I want to say, we're going to discuss time. How do I do time? Point to your watch, time. What happens if I want to say, you know, this happened during biblical days years ago. It was a different era. It's not like it is right now. Time, T, and I go around the clock. Time. Okay. Time. Sunrise, sunset. How would you do that? Sunrise, sunset. Great job. So sunrise over the horizon, sunset. Sunrise, sunset. All right, great. Day. How would you do day? Make your D, point to your elbow, and then take your other D and come down. Day. Day. Great. Day. How would you do today? Same way. Today. Today we're learning about time. Today. Day. Day. Today. Great job. I want to go to the store now. I want to go to the store now. Now. My hands are bent now. Currently. Now. Okay. Daily. Daily or every day. Every day. Daily or every day. Every day. You all are doing so great. Okay. Morning. How would you sign morning? Sun comes up. Morning. How would you do afternoon? Okay, just kind of like halfway. How would you do afternoon? Afternoon. I'm sorry, noon. Noon. This is noon. Afternoon, come down. Noon. Afternoon. And how would you do night? Night. Night. I worked all night. All night. Okay. I worked all night. All night. Okay. I have to get up early in the morning. Early. 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 The middle finger, early. My employer does not want me to be late when I come to work. I cannot be late. So you're kind of waving behind you. You cannot be late. Tomorrow, I want to go to the movie. Tomorrow, I want to go to the movies. Tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow. What about every day? Twice. every day. Okay. Yesterday, remember, it's two ways I can do yesterday. So do the first way you can do yesterday. Y shape, point back. Yesterday. Second way you can do yesterday. Make an A and go back. Yesterday. Yesterday. Great. You all are doing fantastic. Forever, forever, everlasting, eternal love that we have. Okay, for, circle, and make your Y and go off into the future. Forever. For, and then ever, go off into the future. Eternal. You're just going off. Okay, forever. And still, I am continuing to be here, still. I've seen people do it with two hands or with one hand. Still, continue. Okay, great, good job. Good job. Okay, now let's talk about hour. If I want to say you're talking about hours like with the clock, because we're dealing with time. So I'm going to take my hand and this is my clock, and I'm going to go around it for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay, so you go around the clock for hours. If I want to say minute or a second, I have my clock. So just like the second hand on the on your clock, on like with a watch, minute or second, minute, second. Okay, and I kind of nod my head, or you can just do it with your finger. Minute or second. Okay. And I've also seen some people do seconds like this, where they'll take the index finger, put it down here at the bottom of the palm, and they'll do like that for a second. So I've seen that done, and I've seen it done like this. So you find which way works best for you. All right. I tend to do this. Both ways are acceptable. Weekly. So we know when we have a calendar. So I'm using my hand again. I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the days go across the week, across the page with a calendar. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So when I want to talk about a week, I take my hand and I go across. This is a week. Weekly, go across the calendar. If I want to say next week, across the calendar and into the future. Across the calendar and into the future next week. If I want to say last week, across the calendar, week, and behind me, last week. Okay, let me do that again. Weekly, weekly. Next week, week, and into the future. Last week, week, and behind me. Okay, week and into the future is next week. Week and behind me is last week. Okay, what if I want to say the weekend, I want to go to the movies. Week in. Okay, week in. All right. Monthly. So when I look at a calendar, it'll go vertical as opposed to horizontal. The weeks goes horizontal. The months goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm sorry. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So it goes straight up and down. So for monthly, I take my index finger and I go straight up and down. Month, monthly, monthly. Okay, so I can be 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, but this is monthly. Weekly goes across the page. weekly, monthly. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Year. When I'm looking at a year, I go around and back. Year. I go around and back. This is a year. So it's like the earth is revolving around the sun. Around and stop. This is a year. Okay. So if I want to say next year, I would like to go on a cruise. So I can go year 1 into the future, year 2, year 3. Okay. And some people go year 1, but most of the time I just see it bounce and go 1, bounce and go 2. Or if I want to say last year I did something, I'm going to hit my year, because this is like the earth revolving around the sun, and then I can go 1 year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So year into the future, tap it, and 1 year into the future, tap it, 2 years into the future. 3 years from now, I want to be not working. I want to be retired. Boom, 3. Okay, 3. Okay. 3 years ago, 3, and then I go back years, and I go back 3 years. Okay. Annual. So it's just happening every year over and over and over again. This is annual. All right. Recently, I started a YouTube channel. Recently. So it's kind of, you make an X, the X finger, and you just go around your chin. Recently, I started a YouTube channel. Recently. Okay, now later. This later is different from the late here. When I use this late here, and I'm talking about time, I'm saying I'm late for a meeting. I arrived at class late. I'm always late for a meeting or something. This is late. If I want to say, I'll see you later, I can do the L shape, and we just kind of bend it down, later. Because some people, when they're leaving from a group setting, they'll just say later, see you later, later, later. So this is later. Another way to do later is to put the L shape and take your thumb and put it in the palm of your hand and just go later like that. And bend the index finger, later, later. Or I may say later, later. All right. So let's kind of review a little bit to make sure that we're still picking up things. All right. So how would you do afternoon? Afternoon. Afternoon. Great. How would you do all night? All night. How would you do all night? All night. What is night? So if you did it all night, okay. What is day? Day, today. Day, day, great. What is time? I want to know about time. What is time? Great, time. What if I want to say we did something during biblical days? It was in a different era, in a different time. How would I sign time when I'm talking about biblical days or biblical era? Great. Make a T. Time. Time. Every day. Every day. Great. Sunrise and sunset. Sunrise and sunset. Okay. Sunrise and sunset. You all are doing great. Okay. How do I say now? Because we're currently reviewing some of the words in chapter 3. Now, we're doing it now. How do I do now? Great. Been, now. Good. I like to get up early. Early. How do I do early? Great. Early. Okay. Tomorrow. I'm waiting for tomorrow because I'll be off from work tomorrow. How do I do tomorrow? Tomorrow. Great. Tomorrow. Fantastic. What about yesterday? Yesterday, I saw a great movie yesterday. There's 2 ways that we can do yesterday. Great. Yesterday, or I can make an A and I can just go back. Yesterday. Great. Forever. How would I sign forever? F for ever. Forever. Forever. And you know what? I am still here. I just continue. I'm still here. Okay, great. How would I sign year? Year. Great. Year. How would I sign minute or second? There's 2 ways we can do minute or second. Minute, second, or I can do what? Index fingers, minute, second. Okay. How would I sign month? This month, month. Great. How would I sign week? Great. Week. How would I sign last week? Week past. How will I sign next week? Week future. So you just go off into the future. Week past, or week future. Okay, great. How would I sign in 1 year? Year 1. Okay, in 1 year. Last year, year past. All right. Recently. X. And just kind of tap your little chin here, scratch your chin. Yeah, recently. And I'll see you later, alligator. Later. See you later. Or I can do what? L shape in my hand. Later. Great. You all are doing so good. We're almost through with chapter 3. Let's talk about future. In the future, I just go forward. Future. Okay. In the past, I go back. Past. I will do something. I shall do something. I would do something. This is future. Okay. Is, am, or be, those are like initialized signs, and you'll see that in the book, and it'll tell you that we really don't use the initials for signs in American Sign Language. Now, if a person is in a public school setting and they're trying to teach them how to write in an English manner, then they'll start using those words. But in American Sign Language, all of those little pronouns and things like that, we don't use them. So the are, the is not really used in American Sign Language. So I'm going to kind of skip that part of the chapter. Again, you want to take your non-dominant hand and take your dominant hand, kind of bend it like this, bend, and you want to go again, 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 okay? Then you want to go make it like an L shape, and you want to go from here to then. So you're pointing to, you started here, then you went here. So this is then, okay? Regular is you're making a hand and you're just kind of going regular. My page keeps flipping. Regular. And it's almost like the next word here is faithful, but I'm going to make an F and I'm going to go on top of each other. Faithful. Regular, the index fingers are on top of each other. Regular. And faithful, I make an F and they're on top of each other. Faithful. Faithful. Okay. Once, I get the one finger and I'm just once. It's kind of like I'm going up on my hand. Once, twice. Okay. 3 times. Okay. So come to class once, you come to class twice, 2, you come to class 3 times, once, twice. Okay. Sometimes is index finger into the palm, sometimes, okay? Sometimes. Until, you're gonna hold up 2 index fingers and you go to it, until, okay? Regular, the 2 index fingers on top of each other, regular. Faithful, make an F, and then the F's are on top of each other. Faithful. Once, 1 finger in the center, once. The number 1, once. Twice, the number 2, twice. 3 times, the number 3. Okay. Sometimes, just the index finger, sometimes. Sometimes I like ice cream. Sometimes I want pizza. Sometimes I want a soda. Sometimes. Until you just go over from one index finger to the other, until. When we're talking about next, you put your 2 palms together and then come over, next. I am next in line. Next. Okay. Your turn versus my turn. Okay. So you have your L shape and you just kind of turn your hand and your thumb is pointing to whose ever turn it is. So if it's his turn, L, and then take your thumb and point it toward that person. Your turn, my turn, his turn, her turn. So the L kind of points to whose ever turn it is. You point that thumb toward that person. My turn, your turn, his turn, her turn. Okay, during, your 2 fingers and just kind of go out. During, while, during. during. Until, since it's been a long time, you kind of start your shoulders with your two index fingers, and then you just kind of bring it down. Index fingers and kind of flip it over. Since, a long time, then just kind of bring it over. Okay. And then ending up this chapter, we will go over the days of the week. So Sunday is your 5-hand shape, and some people go around in a circle like this for Sunday. I've seen people go up and down for Sunday. So both ways is acceptable for the days of the week first when we're talking about Sunday. So you can go around Sunday, or you can go up and down Sunday. Okay. Monday, you're going to make an M and then turn the M toward you, make an M, turn your hand toward you, and circle it around. Monday. Okay. Tuesday, you're going to make a T, and again, turn your hand toward you, and you circle it around. Tuesday. Wednesday, you make a W, turn your palm toward you, and you circle it around. Wednesday. Thursday, now I've seen two ways for Thursday. I've seen people do the TH for Thursday, T, and then the H for Thursday. And then I've seen some people just do the H for Thursday. I normally do TH. You figure out whatever way works for you, but both ways is acceptable. TH and circle it around. Friday, you make the F and then turn the F toward you and then circle it around for Friday. And then Saturday, you want to make a S, turn your palm toward you and circle it around. So those are the days of the week. So let's do it again. Sunday. Or you can do Sunday. Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. Or Friday. Saturday. Okay. All right. So I hope that you all enjoyed this session of chapter 3 in the book, The Joy of Signing, where we dealt with time. And I hope that the signs were very clear. And we'll see you again when we do chapter 4, mental action. Enjoy the day. Be good to everybody. Take care.